So, how have the attacks against you increased in the recent weeks? I know I've seen a couple of hit pieces that were written about Gab recently.
Right. Yeah. So, we had Business Insider reach out and, basically try to false frame the QAnon community that's on Gab, which, has been on Gab for many years now. And, I never really paid too much attention to the community until they started getting completely shut out from big tech. And that's when my attention gets peaked. Whenever big tech doesn't want people talking about something or starts mass banning people or mass banning certain groups, that piques my attention because it means that they're a threat. And really, I think what is going on right now is, again, this decentralized uh, 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 movement or this decentralized new media that is powered by the people, where you have these millions of people that are researching and surfacing information and fact checking one another and talking about things that aren't being talked about in any of the legacy media platforms. And they don't like that because it's a threat to their dominance over the control of the flow of information and over the narrative with the news. So, that's why they're trying to smear these folks and smear the QAnon community. It's a threat really to their control over the flow of information. So that's one attack. We've seen others as well. Just this week, we had this psy-0p that is going on. I don't know who's behind it. I would speculate, and take this with a grain of salt. I would speculate that this is a deep state operation. But essentially, what's happening is we have people, this organization that signed up. I'm not even going to name it because it's disgusting what they're doing. They're putting election officials and government officials in crosshairs and doxing their personal home addresses and calling for threats of violence against them. And this is just totally unacceptable. And what they're doing is they're pretending to be Trump supporters and pro MAGA people and all this stuff. And it's so very obviously fake. It's so very obviously coordinated. And what we did, as soon as we were alerted to this, within 5 minutes of being alerted to this brand new account that was created on our site, we immediately took action proactively. And the next day, of course, the media starts running all these hit pieces. Oh, this account was on Gab and it was posting all this stuff. And it's like, listen, it was up for like an hour and we immediately took action on it, right? After our community reported it to us and after we had an attorney reach out about this by one of the people who was being targeted. We have no tolerance for this stuff, and we never have. And our community of great people keeps a great eye on this stuff so that we don't have threats of violence going on. We don't have any illegal activity going on. But this is the type of stuff that they're doing. So, they have these bogus accounts that pretend to be Trump supporters, and it's a two-tiered attack. So it's attempting to smear Gab and the Gab community, but it's also attempting to smear Trump, right? And it's attempting to attack Trump and paint all of his supporters as these violent, terrorists and extremists, which of course, as we both know, is not the case. So, these psychological operations are going on every day, and we really have to be on our toes. And we ask our community to be on their toes and on the watch out for, this type of activities so that we can take action on it immediately. So anyway, as this happens this week, we take action immediately. And the next day, I see this article in Reuters. I check my inbox. I'm like, they didn't even reach out to me. They don't even reach out for comment. They just print whatever the heck they want. They say, these accounts are active on Gab. I said, no, they're not. We took action on that account the night before. So why are you saying they're active when we banned it the night before within like an hour or two of us discovering that it was on the site? And by the way, the account was created like a day ago. So you have this newly created account that's been on the site for a few hours. We take action on it immediately because it's posting threats of violence. And Reuters is publishing the next day that like it's the whole site. Like, right. They're making it seem like this is our whole community. So these are the type of attacks that are going on. And this is why I talk about these things, because I hope people pay attention to this stuff and they become smart, because these type of, again, psychological operations are going on every day. And it's not just an attack on Gab. It's not just an attack on me. It's an attack on the president. It's an attack on, the populist movement, whatever we want to call that. It's an attack on freedom. So, it's important to pay attention to this stuff and talk about it openly so that people know what's going on, so they can spot it easily and help us stop it as well.